Tariffs are a tax applied to you at every turn on everything from lumber that builds your homes to the electronics you use every day. With a 25% tariff on most Canadian goods, everyday items like food, gasoline, and consumer products are set to become more expensive. These tariffs ripple through the supply chains, causing an increase in costs that businesses are almost certain to pass on to me and you, the consumers. And it's not just about what we buy. Higher tariffs means increased production costs for home builders, especially in Toronto and Vancouver, where construction costs are already sky high. But the shock doesn't stop there. The combined weight of higher consumer prices, reduced export demand, disrupted supply chains, a weakening Canadian dollar, and lower business investment creates a perfect storm. Economic models now suggest that if this trade war persists and escalates, Canada's GDP could contract by as much as 2 or 2.5% in the first year. In simple terms, we might be staring down the barrel of a recession. Now, the Bank of Canada will be caught in a dilemma. In response to this potential recession, the bank is likely to slash interest rates further. Lower rates mean cheaper mortgages, boosting buyer demand. But if the recession is deep, even these rates might not fully offset the fall in consumer confidence and incomes. If rate cuts are not enough to keep the economy afloat, the Bank of Canada would then need to take more drastic measures like quantitative easing, which is injecting liquidity into the economy. Their goal would be to stimulate spending and investment, keeping the economy alive even as inflationary pressures from tariffs persist. So, what does this mean for the housing market? First, higher construction costs from expensive imported materials will make new homes costlier to build. This translates to higher asking prices for new construction and fewer new developments. On the other side, the government's new policy to reduce immigration targets, cutting the number of new permanent residents significantly over the next few years, aims to slow population growth and, in theory, ease the relentless demand for housing. However, markets like Toronto and Vancouver remain magnet destinations. Even with lower targets, robust demand persists, meaning that while the pressure might ease slightly, housing prices and rental rates could still remain elevated. Here is the tug of war. Tariffs drive up costs and risk triggering a recession, pushing the Bank of Canada to lower rates to support growth. Lower interest rates, in turn, make borrowing cheaper, stimulating demand in the housing market. Yet, in a recession, even with low rates, consumer confidence may drop, leading to reduced demand. This tug of war creates a complex and volatile environment for Canadian real estate. For mortgage borrowers, lower rates might seem like a relief, but if economic uncertainty leads to reduced incomes and job losses, the overall impact on the housing market remains unpredictable. In summary, the new US tariffs and reduced immigration targets are set to reshape Canada's economic landscape. For the housing market, expect higher construction costs and continued demand pressures, potentially keeping prices higher despite lower interest rates. Meanwhile, the Bank of Canada will be forced into a balancing act, caught between cutting interest rates to prevent a recession and, on the other hand, they will have rising inflation caused by the tariffs and the reduction in interest rates. For now, mortgage holders and prospective buyers should be prepared for a market in flux, where lower rates might be a perk, but economic uncertainty and higher costs may still challenge your homeownership dreams. I will be covering all the future developments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an important update. And for a limited time, I'm offering a free 30-minute consultation to answer your mortgage questions. Simply click on the calendar link in the description below to book your time slot. I'm Alexander Gasenko. your trusted Canadian mortgage broker. Until next time.